EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the San Francisco 49ers. With that, let's get you out to Silicon Valley, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, as we welcome in our broadcast team.
And Coach, you're used to rain all the time over there in Orlando. It is a much less frequent occurrence here, yet wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Denver Broncos. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Jimmy Garoppolo ready to lead the San Francisco 49ers, and in the Super Bowl, not his best performance, 219 yards, a touchdown, but 2 interceptions. What was your assessment of Jimmy G, Charles?
I thought it was a little uneven. I thought there were stretches that were terrific after the first interception, which was horrific because he's getting hit in the pocket. I don't know where he's throwing it. If he thinks he's grounding it, you got to throw it into the 8th row. Make sure no one touches it. Bottom line, though, is he has an incredible ability to put bad plays behind him. And at one point, after the interception he threw, he was 12 of his next 13 throwing the football, and that's when he looked his best. But down the stretch, when the pressure was on, had to throw the football, his offensive line struggled a little bit, and he wasn't quite the same down the stretch. But I think he'll be back. I think he's got a chance to be an upper echelon, top-quality quarterback.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll run with Coleman on first down. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 59 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and the line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Time to revisit what we thought of San Francisco in the Super Bowl here, Charles, as they come back out on offense. They were looking to draw even with the Steelers and the Pats with 6 Super Bowl titles, but that's going to have to wait at least another year. Now, are you still bullish on this team moving forward?
I absolutely am, and I know it goes against the grain a little bit because
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sua Cravens showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. This is Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. On 1st down, Coleman. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Going to give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The man who wreaked havoc on the Broncos in Super Bowl 48, Malcolm Smith, came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me their fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Well, now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there's a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 31, Flacco, and this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Flacco, a little check down to Lindsey, and they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
On 2nd and 9, Flacco. That's complete to Jake Butt. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Flacco. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. This one from 35 yards away. And McManus able to put it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Handoff, Coleman, right side. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The tackle made by Jackson. Here we go.
So we have reached halftime here. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that's script. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Being chased out left. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now we'll give right side Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line.
Here we go.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle there to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Passing play. Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they can't bring him down. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Coleman. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The tackle made by Todd Davis. 2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. Bradley Chubb picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated.
And he's going to go down again. Bradley Chubb getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Adam Gotsis. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Flacco finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tim Patrick, 34 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustrating.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A pass down the middle is fought for and hauled in. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Coleman uses a stiff arm. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Niners on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face and across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Flacco under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Another try after the first down sack. Flacco, and the pressure gets to him again. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Flacco. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going to look to throw on 4th with Flacco. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Flacco's throw there complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Flacco looks to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman. Able to get a hand in. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On first down, Flacco. And that's complete to Sanders. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Flacco will come to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And again, it's Flacco to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read. And it's picked off. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They go play action here on first down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 40, 20, 10. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.
Mm-hmm.